Hey YouTube family, it's Daughter of the Most High. Hope you're staying warm. It's a little chilly out. Last night I came home from work late. I got home about 11 or so, and I came across this post. And this is someone that I did realize that I followed somewhat in the past, but hadn't seen anything from him in a long time. And his name is Richard Railey, Railey. And I will show you the post. Here it is. Okay. So that was an alarming post last night, but I really feel like the Lord intended for me to see it because I have not seen anything from him in a long time. And you know how when God drops something in your feed, it we know that we're intended to see it. It's a message for us. So I read the comments, and again, as I said a minute ago, I'm not real familiar with Richard Railey, but from reading the comments and reading what he posted today, this is what he posted today. I'm not going to play it, but this is what he posted today. Okay. And I listened to that short video. Well, actually, it's 21 minutes long, but I listened to a portion of it. And in it, he says that he believes that the powers that be, it's actually the handlers, the sleeper cells have been sitting dormant and placed in various cities, areas that they want to target, and what happens, most of them are MK Ultra victims, and they are programmed, they are traumatized so that their mind splits off, which is the former multiple personality, people that were, sexually abused and traumatized. It was a way for them to get through the traumas, to split off from it and create these alters in their brain to get away from the trauma, the abuse, the torment, whatever they're going through. And so they would escape into these other places in their mind. And it was formerly called multiple personality disorder, but when they realized it's really not a disorder, but a defense mechanism against evil, and they changed the name to dissociative identity disorder, DID. And so when they dissociate, it's actually a defense mechanism against the evil that they're having to endure. Well, we know, if you know some history about MK Ultra, they wanted to harness that, I was going to say, I'm not sure what to call it, in the brain, that what the brain does, splitting off, and then what they do is program the parts of the brain. And as Laura Sanger, which I learned from her, that they can have, and actually not Laura Sanger, Gina Phillips. I'm mixing up my, Laura Sanger talks about the Nephilim agenda, and it's so interesting. I encourage you to look it up. So that's where the Lord's had me. And then Gina Phillips talks about SRA, satanic ritual abuse victims, MK Ultra. They overlap, and they can have hundreds of alter personalities or programming. And so what they do is they program these people to be aggressive, murderous, people with no sensitivity, meaning for women, children, babies, anything, no sensitivity, it's gone. And I had heard from, this was actually Jimmy Evans, and I haven't been listening to Jimmy Evans because I'm so disgusted with the recordings of he and Joni's meeting with Jonathan and Susie, and how they address that much of their Christianity is completely fake and a money-making machine for them, the way they spoke to him, but that's a separate issue. So I haven't been watching Jimmy, but I did before. He's very knowledgeable, but He said that the attacks, the Hamas attacks, um, they had desensitized themselves in the same way using drugs and I'm not sure what else to lack sensitivity when they attacked the crowds. And it was so he actually, I don't know, heard or if it was videotaped. I'm not sure. I think it was videotaped. Someone did. Anyway, he was able to see some 45-minute, video of what they did, and he said it was beyond belief that these people are like evil, demonic monsters with no human sensitivity of any sort from what he had seen. And I thought, oh, that's a video I could not watch. I don't know how he got through it. I mean, even being the way he treated Jonathan and Susie and his, misleading Joni, and, it's up to Joni what she does. We know adultery is sin, and he misled her in that way and supports her in that. But these people are monsters. Well, the sleeper cells are monsters. They lack any, if you think they have any humanity left in them, most of them don't. Well, actually they do. But I'll save that for another day. They do. They have their soul and they can get saved. Let's just leave that there. They can. So we must be aware of what may occur 17 days from now. We know it's going to happen. I mentioned the other day when I made a video that I'm going to turn my camera, that the Lord had given Betty a word about war coming and all sorts of other things. So we know it's coming. And Richard believes that the sleeper cells are going to be awakened, the programmers, the handlers, will awaken them. And he thinks it's because he believes Trump and the MAGA agenda. He believes that, and his followers believe that. There's 480 comments, 2,700 likes, and 461 shares on this particular post from yesterday. So there are a number of people that are following that agenda. Well, I believe the Lord has shown me differently. And these people, what he believes is he knows that the elite, wealthy families do control everything. But he believes that Trump is not one of them. Well, as I've said before in previous videos, that there is no way our presidents are not elected, they're selected. Everything's controlled. Why would the election be the one thing that is not controlled? They control the media. They funnel their tentacles through Hollywood, through sports, professional sports, through politics, through everything. But the election's real and Trump's real. In the midst of all of that, I don't know how they can believe that. But there's a remnant of people, and I'm not talking the remnant of true believers on the narrow path, but there's a remnant that actually believe that Trump's going to turn things around and make things better for a while. But that they will awaken the sleeper cells as an act against him. And I believe that the Lord has shown me that it's all part of their agenda. War is part of their agenda. Reducing the population is part of their agenda. And so these people believe that. Now, the Lord is not leading me to that. The Lord is leading me toward the awakening of the sleeper cells, not to what they believe about Trump. I don't believe that. I don't even know how they can believe that and how that would ever happen. So, I wanted to share that with you. Look for Betty's video on Rumble, her recent video, and the things that the Lord shared with her. There's also another pandemic, in the makings that she and I did have a phone call, and she did tell me that whatever the next thing is, the next pandemic, is going to be far more serious than the previous. So, and we know the upper arm issue is very serious. Many people, they say, I don't know if it's 17 million, I don't remember. So many people. And if you want to listen, or not listen, if you want to follow an interesting aftermath of that, go to, let me see, I've got to go to my groups. Where's my groups? You'll see it because I've been there just recently. Of course not. Let me go to my notifications. There was quite a few notifications just recently. I can't find it. It's not coming up. I'll type it in the first comment. And it's about all the loss due to the upper arm agenda. Yeah, but I can't remember the name of the group. You know how you just never look at the name of the group after after you get used to it? And I know I had posts from them, but they're not coming up. I don't know why. I'll scroll a tiny bit farther. Yeah, it's not coming up. I don't know why. Okay, and so I'll post that in the top of the comments once I actually locate it. And you can join that Facebook group. And there are some people that are Christians and understand what's going on, and there are some people that do not. So just know that when you read into that group, because it's pretty alarming that some people are still blinded to that. And I'm still scrolling, just seeing if something comes up, because there's been a lot lately. Here it is. It's this group. Died suddenly worldwide. That's the group. Let me get there quick. Yep. Here, I'll show you. There are so many people, but again, you can read. It's interesting. The posts are interesting, but please know that some people in this group do not understand that there's an agenda going on, and they're starting to realize it, but not the depth of it. Yeah, there's posts like this. YKW is you know what, after the you know what. So, yeah. So I just want to warn you, there's a lot coming. I'm fasting, my typical fast, you know, I have to eat. I can't sleep if I don't eat. Plus, I have tinnitus, and because it's pretty cold out, my tinnitus is kicked up a few notches, so I'm buzzing pretty good on the inside right now. But that's usually temporary. There's certain things that trigger it. And so the cold air, it's pretty cold here. It's about 12 degrees. And I did walk my doggies for a little bit. They just need to get out, even for a little bit, every day. But yeah, tinnitus is kicked up for me, so I'm hoping that changes soon, because it's not fun. I have prayed for healing, and you know that I've had other healings from the Lord. He is my divine healer, but for some reason, the tinnitus is not getting healed. So, but the Lord is good to me, and there's no question about it, that He is there for me, and blesses me and blesses my children and keeps a hand on my children. So prepare for what's coming. You may want to get a heat source. I did not mention it last time. With the canned food, you want to get a non-electrical opener, just a hand opener for cans. And most people have that anyway. I think electric can openers are kind of a thing of the past, but You want to get that. You want to get a heat source. So if you have one of those outdoor Cabela's or one of those stores in your area, or maybe even a hardware store, I don't know, like Lowe's or Home Depot, you want to get those little camping cookout thing, little flame cans, and then you take off the top, you light it, and then you set your little pan of soup or your pan of water for coffee or tea or whatever, so you can heat up things. You want to get that. If the grid goes down, electricity goes down, you you want to have a way to heat up some of the canned food that you have. So you want to get that. I have quite a few cans. Unfortunately, I have them at my rural residence, not here. So I don't know if I'm going to go get some and bring some here and leave some there, depending on what happens. I mean, if they start terrorizing the cities, I'm going to hop on the road pretty quickly, which is why the Lord had me take money out of this townhouse to buy that residence. So, but I am working here in my city, so I can't just pack the vehicle and go. I'm not sure, but I'm going to pray about what to do. I'm going to pray about what to do and what the Lord has for me. So, again, I just saw that post last night and I was like, you know, okay, here we go. And so I'm just going to pray about what to do if I should leave the city, which sounds pretty wise, especially since I have that place. But how do I explain that to my job that they're not Christians? They don't understand this stuff. So we shall see. But I'm going to let you go, fam. I wanted to let you know that. So if you are on Facebook and you want to look up Richard T. Railey, you'll see his post. If you want to go to Died Suddenly Worldwide, that's also on Facebook, and join that group. Yeah, I just wanted to share with you. Be blessed, stay warm, and I will chat with you soon.